Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today. For today's video, I'm going to be doing the second part of my February 2019 DVD Blu-ray update, and these are all the movies that I picked up in February. I was waiting on one Blu-ray to arrive in the mail, but that has completely disappeared. Because I was waiting and it was 2 weeks and there was no sign of it, so I contacted Sanity, which is where I ordered it from, and basically they said, well, we can either resend it or we can give you a refund. So I took the refund option, which kind of sucks because it's sort of the first issue that I've had with their delivery, because normally they're pretty good, but just for whatever reason, yeah, that one Blu-ray proved to be, yeah, just didn't want to show up. So yeah, so I thought, because I was initially waiting to see if that one would turn up, and then it didn't, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to head and show you the other Blu-rays that I got in February. So, yeah, so speaking of Sanity, I will go through the rest of the Blu-rays that I picked up, because I decided to go through their 3 for $30 deals and sort of pick up some back titles that I've been wanting to add to my collection for a while, but just never got around to it. So, and some of these I haven't actually seen because they're like relatively new movies, and yeah, I thought, you know what, they're cheap enough, so I'm just gonna add them in the order. So first up, I have Bridge of Spies, which of course is Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks. I thought this one was actually a pretty good movie. I haven't seen it since I saw it at the cinema, but I remember enjoying it. So yeah, it's sort of one that I wanted to revisit. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to finally add it to the collection. So got Bridge of Spies, and then a movie that was very, I guess, divisive when it came out, but I actually quite liked it when I saw it. But again, I haven't actually seen this back since it was in the cinema, but I enjoyed it when I saw it, and that is Exodus: Gods and Kings. Yeah, probably it wasn't a very well received movie, but I enjoyed it for what it was, and I was sort of in the mood to like revisit it, and I wanted to physically own it, so I just thought, yeah, it's cheap enough, so I'll go ahead and add it to the collection. But yeah, so don't really have too much else to say about this one, because it's been quite a few years since I've seen it, but I remember liking it. So yeah, that's Exodus: Gods and Kings. And then again, another movie that I know a lot of people didn't like, but I actually rented this one on iTunes, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. And that is Flatliners, which is the remake that came out a couple of years ago. I've never seen the original, so maybe that's why I enjoy this more than probably what I should have, but I thought this was decent. It was, you know, it was a fun way to fill in a couple of hours. I sort of thought it was, yeah, I like seeing, like, the fallout from, you know, trying to experiment with death and that, and I sort of liked how that, like, the different ways that they dealt with that. I thought that was quite, interesting, but, yeah, I liked this, so I wanted to, add it to the collection, basically. So, yeah, Flatliners. And then the 2 movies that I haven't seen, I picked up Love, Simon. I read the book last year and quite enjoyed it, so I'm curious to see what the adaptation's like, because I've heard really good things about this. So I thought, when it was in the 3 for $30s, I went ahead and picked it up, so I'm looking forward to giving this one a watch. And then the last one from Sanity that I ordered was 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which this is also the last one I need to watch from last year's Academy Awards Best Picture nominees, because I do try and watch at least the Best Picture nominees, because I like, and yeah, this one's, as I said, the last one I have to watch. So, yeah, I know this film's a bit controversial because of the subject matter, but I'm still curious to see what I think of it, and because obviously picked up quite a few nominations and awards, so yeah, I think it's something that I will like, but yeah, I'm definitely curious to see sort of my general opinions on it, and I'm sort of like, well, even if I don't like it, I didn't pay that much for it, so yeah, that's 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, because also speaking of last year's Oscars, the only one that I really haven't liked is Phantom Thread. Every other film that was nominated that year, I like for last year's Best Picture, like in the Best Picture category, I've ended up enjoying, so yeah, so far it's only the one film that I really didn't like, but so sort of yeah, curious to see where this one will fit in to that. So yeah, that's 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. And then the rest of the items I like Blu-rays that I picked up were from JB Hi-Fi, because I ended up because I had a gift card left over from Christmas, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to just go in and see what movies I can find. So I picked up a few, like a couple of movies that were cheap enough on their own that I didn't need to put them in with a deal. So the first one I have is another 2018 release, and that was Isle of Dogs. I've only ever seen one Wes Anderson film, and that was the Grand Budapest Hotel, I think that was the title, and I only thought that movie was okay. I didn't think it was anything amazing, so I'm curious to see what I think of this one, because I haven't seen Fantastic Mr. Fox yet, which I know is another one of his animated films, but I've heard decent things about this one, so I thought I will give this one a try. So yeah, that's Isle of Dogs. And then this one was a reacquisition, because I had this on DVD and I ended up selling it when I sold off most of my DVDs, and that is Forgetting Sarah Marshall, because I haven't seen this movie in years, but I remember enjoying it, so I'm looking forward to revisiting it and seeing like what I think of it now. But yeah, at the time I watched it, I quite enjoyed it, so yeah, that's Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And then we have the other like single purchase that I picked up, and I'm really disappointed in, because I was really looking forward to this movie, and I watched it the other week and it was not very good in my opinion. It's Predestination. I thought this would be something that I would be all over, and while it had a very promising start, it just went that was basically like it was like up here, and I thought, oh yeah, this is going to be great, and then it just got too bogged down in in setting up the actual plot, and I was like, okay, when's it going to when is something exciting going to happen? And then like a couple of exciting things happened, and I thought, oh yeah, it's picking back up, but then it just went like down again, and because it had so much potential, and I can see why people would like this, but I just was expecting more, because I'd heard so many people love this movie, and it just was not for me, unfortunately. So yeah, that's Predestination. And then I picked up 3 movies in the 3 for $40 sale that JB were running at the start of February. So and they were all 2018 movies that I quite enjoyed. And the first one was, one was a 2017 movie, if I remember that. I got Pitch Perfect 3, which I thought was a decent conclusion to the trilogy. I think the first one is still my favourite, but sort of have to revisit it again. But yeah, I thought I'm quite happy where they left this off. So I know there was talks of them doing a 4th one, but I honestly feel that this leaving it off here was fine. So I suppose we'll see anyway. But yeah, I got Pitch Perfect 3. Then I got Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. I recently rewatched this, and I actually think I enjoy this one more than the first film. And I think I also enjoyed it more than when I saw it at the cinema, which I'm starting to find happens quite a bit lately. Like giving movies a second chance, like if I happen to see them at the cinema and then not really like care for them or think they were just okay. But yeah, I enjoy this one a lot more. So yeah, I just sort of think they're well, I wouldn't say lighthearted, because this one sort of does deal like with like one of because it does deal with a tragedy, but I still like enjoy it. I love the songs. I liked the flashback like stuff, like when they were sort of telling the story of young Donna and how she met Sophie, like Sophie's potential fathers. I really liked that, and sort of how they integrated that into the storyline. So yeah, overall I really actually quite enjoyed this one. So that's Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. And then for the last one that I got in the 3 for 40, and one of my favourite films of last year, and that was Mission Impossible Fallout. Yeah, I'm here for all the Mission Impossible films, basically. I think in my view, they're just getting like better and better. Like, well, at least from the fourth one, they're sort of just like upped it a notch. Because actually, was that when the current director? Oh no, I'm thinking it. Oh no, I thought. No, he did 5 and 6, like the 5th one and the 6th one. That's right. But yeah, I think from like Ghost Protocol onwards, they've all steadily gotten better, and yeah, I'm definite. I know they're planning 7 and 8, so I think basically I'll keep watching for like how long they keep doing them. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Sort of, because yeah, I sort of found it quite interesting. You sort of like, especially with Tom Cruise and the stunts that he did in this film, because you were sort of watching it and then you're like, okay, there's no way he could have done that stunt, and then you look, like after the movie you went and looked it up and then it said he did the stunt, so you're just kind of like, okay. But yeah, the stunts in this was insane. I like the action, and I sort of loved the callback to the earlier films. And yeah, like, I mean, as it's, well, I suppose, because I think initially this was meant to be the final film, in sort of to wrap it all up, but, you know, as I said, I'm always here for more Mission Impossible films, so, but yeah, I did pick up Mission Impossible Fallout to add to the collection, so that one. And then last, but certainly not least, we have my favourite film of last year, and that is A Star is Born. This film was amazing and heartbreaking, and I'm really sad that it didn't get more momentum at the Oscars, because this was my favourite of all the nominees, or at least the nominees that I'd seen, because there's still a few I haven't watched yet. But yeah, this film was pretty like much perfect for me, and yeah, I know it did win for Best Song, which I think everyone was basically like, yeah, it's winning Best Song, but I would have liked to have seen it pick up more awards, but that's just me. But yeah, I just love this movie, and I haven't seen the 1976 version of it, but I've seen the Judy Garland film from, when was it, 1954, I think it was. I thought the film itself, that film was okay, but like Judy Garland made that film, and I'm actually surprised when I learnt she lost the Oscar that year. Even though admittedly I can't compare the performances, because I've only seen that one out of that category. I've only seen her one, but yeah, it's sort of interesting. Like, cause I know this is like the fourth time it's been remade, but yeah, I absolutely love this film, and yeah, I haven't revisited it yet, but I'm looking forward to giving it another watch. So but yeah, that's A Star is Born, and that is it for my February 2019 DVD Blu-ray update. It was a bit later than what I expected, because I thought I'd have it up much sooner, but when I was trying to figure out what was going on with my Blu-ray, but But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with the selection that I got, except for that one movie that I didn't really care for, but oh well, I suppose that's the risk you take when you blind buy something. You're not always going to like the film, so but yeah, but oh well. So yeah, I think I'm just going to stop it here. Thank you guys for watching, and until my next video, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!